4.5 billion years ago, a giant molecular cloud collapses in space, setting free a solar nebula out of which a planet is born, Earth. For 2 billion years, this planet evolves and first life appears. A soup of cells. Bacteria, algae, fungi, a myriad of plants come to life. Fish rain the oceans and eat the algae. They absorb the sunlight and store it in their bodies. Dinosaurs, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals, they all live and die. And each year, their dead bodies are covered by layers and layers of sediment. Heat and pressure rise, turning them into yellow-black liquid. Oil. Humans arrive, and with them, geologists. They study for years to find the oil and build rigs in remote places. Giant pumps extract the liquid, and it's shipped across the oceans. A refinery now cracks it open, and once again it travels. A factory then binds the compounds and turns them into plastic pellets. Stored in big containers, around the world they go. Liquefied, they're molded into the shape of a beautiful spoon. The spoon drops and cools off to harden. Wrapped in plastic, it is put into a box, and the box is put on a pallet, and the pallet is put into a container, and the container is put on a truck, and the truck drives to a port, where the container is put on a ship. And ship, the spoon arrives 6,000 kilometers around the world, where it is picked up by a merchant who puts it on a truck and drives it to a store, where it's placed on a shelf in a temperature-controlled room, where it sits for 2 months until you select it and pay for it with the money you've worked hard for, and you drive the spoon home, which is where you are standing right now with the spoon in your hand. Now tell me, do you still think it's too much effort to use a metal spoon that you just have to wash?
Good morning, Geneva. Today is Thursday, January 17th, 2019.
Attention seniors who would like to be featured on the Senior Siblings page. If you have not yet been photographed with your sibling for the yearbook, please sign up with Mrs. Hall's room or see Hannah Cadill before the end of the week.
Do you need some new Geneva gear to support the Geneva winter sports and upcoming spring sports? You're in luck. The sophomore class is sponsoring a winter spirit wear fundraiser with Sports and Sports. Check out the specialty items available on one of the many flyers posted around the school, or ask Mrs. Powell for details. The flyers contain a link to the online site and a QR code that can be scanned to take you directly to the website. Just add items to your cart and pay online. The deadline for orders is January 20th, and items are expected to be delivered to GHS around February 4th. Thanks for your support.
The Friends of Rachel Club would like to present you with their boxes of joy. You will find them on a table in front of the guidance office. These joy boxes are for you to take what you need and donate what you can. Items available are clothes, hygiene products, school supplies, and winterwear. If you need something that's not in the boxes, please let a FOR club member or Mrs. Christopher know. The joy boxes are a great way to help each other out and promote a positive sense of community at GHS.
There will be an Interact Club meeting on Monday, January 28th at 6:45 a.m. in the library. We will be discussing election of officers and finalizing plans for the blanket project. Hope to see you there.
Any student planning on participating in this year's science fair will need to pick up a registration card in their science teacher's room or from Mrs. Markajon. Registration cards will be due to your science teacher by Friday, January 25th. No late registration forms will be accepted. This year's science fair will be held on Wednesday, February 6th. Thank you.
Senior fees can only be paid before school or during a free period.
There will be no Adams Family Crew meeting scheduled for tomorrow since students are not in school on that day. Again, no crew meetings tomorrow.
Students, please help make our transition successful. Please put your metal utensils in the tubs and keep them out of the garbage cans. It may seem like a small thing, but remember, great things are done by a series of small things brought together.
The wrestling team defeated PV last night 59-21 with Jaden Sable, Briar Streets, Johnny Wayslaw, Jesse McElroy, Mike Amato, Braden Bilisic, Caleb Selman, Justin Berg, Brandon Thomas, and Charles Taylor all bringing home wins for the Eagles. The team will be at the Howland Invitational on Saturday.
Have a fantastic day, Geneva.
Perfect.